What's up, YouTube? It's time for another update on my garden. So I think it's been like a month since I updated you guys last, so sorry about that. But anyway, yeah, things have been growing. It's summertime. It's been kind of hot, so I think that's why I haven't done an update, because things are growing, but I've just been trying to keep up with it. So I've been really busy. But anyway, so I have some stuff to show you. Let's walk around the yard and we'll show you guys. So here is the garden. Right here we have turmeric growing. This little sprig right here, that's garlic, or not garlic, I call it garlic, but it's actually ginger. Random papaya tree growing from some seeds I planted. Those guys are over there. And I have another one right here. Those are actually doing better than the actual potted ones, as usual. I got myself a, gosh, I can't remember this name. Barbados cherry. It's kind of messed up, but it'll get better. Y'all remember what this thing looked like last time? This thing's almost as tall as me. This is the Pakistani mulberry right here. I'm actually getting ready to plant them, so we'll see that in a minute. This is the neem tree. So it's up to my armpits now, and I'm like 5'4", so. Here are our strawberries, our few little strawberry bushes. Like, the experiment's been going really well. They are just taking off. They're actually sending out runners here, as you can see. These are called runners whenever it sends out little things like this. That's a new plant that wants to plant itself. This variety I thought was said to not do that, but I guess it does. So yeah, they send down roots. See that? That's a root right there, if it'll focus. Hang on. That's a little root. Gotta just make sure it stays on the ground. That's what I've been using these coconut pieces for. Anyway, there's the kale spinach, or whatever. Jeez, man, the rain really took this thing out. We had a big rain yesterday. It was like pretty bad. This poor guy. I don't know. He's been fighting for life, though, that's for sure. I'll have to prop him up later. Look at him, though. It's looking good. Here's the pigeon peas size comparison. They're about the length, almost the length of my arm now. Their whole row is still doing good. Some in the middle aren't doing as good, but anyway, I plan to do some mulching with that. As you can see, I've been doing some mulching. Here is my beautiful pineapple. I'm going to be cutting this guy today. He's basically done, and I don't want to risk predators taking it. In the future, though, I'm going to build something like a cage so that I can not be afraid to let it go full term. Here is the pineapple garden. I have a lot of weeds in here. It's kind of hard to tell how many pineapples I have, but that's alright. They still do fine with the weeds. I actually have been harvesting the seeds from the weeds for the rabbits. Speaking of rabbits, well, before we go over there, let's just make our way around the yard. How about that? Let's not get all over the place, Chantel. Here are my moringa trees. They're getting tall. They're not that tall, though. I'm just happy they're growing, because this is not an area that gets a lot of light, so just happy that they're able to somewhat thrive. These are all first year ones. These are all second year ones. As you can see the height difference. They are doing really amazing though. I'm like super impressed with their vigorousness. But yeah, what else? Nothing over here. Okay. So, nothing over here, just a big mess. It's gonna be worse tomorrow. I've got tree trimmers coming. That's why I'm doing my update right now. Anyway, this is a fiddlehead. I got that a while ago. I don't know if I told you guys about it, but it's starting to grow a fiddle. And yeah, I'm gonna let it take over this whole area. And because not a lot of things grow in the shade like that. Here's the mango. Hasn't changed much. I mean, it's gotten a few levels. Here's my other mango. I need to bend it over. Ooh, it's getting kind of hard to bend. Yeah, I need to get that bent over before it's too tough. Here's the poinciana. It's actually starting to get some flowers, so that's exciting. These flowers are really gorgeous. So, here is the sorry sweet potato garden. I actually been kind of using it as a rabbit fodder area. Like, I don't plan on eating these sweet potatoes. I'm actually going to be moving them down to the street this next year. Got a lot of grass back here. I have plans for it. That's why it's so huge and crazy. Plus I like the jungle look. Like the Jungle Book. Nothing really has changed. Oh, I set up this right here is my compost tea barrel. It has been great. I was running out of compost tea when I did it in the 5-gallon bucket, so I changed that. Now, and I get these buckets for free. They're freaking awesome. I get them from a pool guy, so if you guys ever want free buckets, find a pool guy. These things, they have to dispose of these things, and just ask them for free buckets. These lids screw on, and they're more than 5 gallons. They're like 7 gallons. But anyway, so what I do in order to fertilize everything, because fertilizing is a day I used to hate, which I still hate it. It's freaking annoying. I got other stuff I want to do. But you got to do it. You have to fertilize your stuff if you want it to do good. So, what I do, let me first, before I get into how I'm doing everything, what I do with the compost tea, and I don't know if anybody else does this, but I'm kind of lazy, so I just want to do it this way and see if it works out. So I make a nasty concoction. I throw a bunch of leaves in here and a bunch of other crap, just like everybody else does. But the next thing that I do is I add other stuff. I add, oops, almost fell. I add Epsom salt. I add calcium chloride. And I add urine. Do I add anything else? No, I add those 3 things. And the Epsom salt is good for magnesium and phosphate. Is it phosphate? I don't remember. I know it has magnesium. I think it has phosphate. But the next thing I add is the calcium chloride. Calcium chloride is proven. I read studies on it. It's proven to increase the absorption of nitrogen. And on top of that, if your plants don't have enough calcium, then they literally can't grow. So you have to like supplement calcium. And I know some people do the whole eggshell thing. I do eggshells. I put it in my compost here. But these are some actual, ooh, look at that guy. Where'd he go? Those things move so fast. See, I put eggshells in here. That's an eggshell right there. But I just, I just feel like a little bit more is needed. And calcium chloride is a natural substance. And the reason I add urine is calcium chloride reacts to urea and makes it much more absorbable. And so that's what I do. I add about a half a cup. So when I use this stuff once a month, right now I'm using about these 2 things filled. And what I do is I take the wheelbarrow, stick them in it, and I scoop my nasty shit out. And that empties this bucket down to about right here, this line. And so what I do when I refill it is I add, you know those pint containers, or, you know, when you go to the Chinese place and get some soup, they give you there's the big size and the little size. I think that like the big size is a quart. Yeah, it's a quart. So anyways, what I do is I take a half a cup of calcium chloride and I throw that inside the quart thing. And then I fill the rest of it with Epsom salt. And I dump that in here to replace whatever nutrients. And that's done pretty well. So far my plants are doing okay with it. I mean, I haven't been doing this for a year, so I can't really tell you how great it's working, but I do see my plants boost when I do that. And I just barely fertilized them a couple of days ago. So here are our pepper plants. They have been having some issues with some ants farming them. They have some kind of hard-bodied bug on them. These are Scotch bonnet peppers. Here are a few peppers right here. There's one. But yeah, the ants are nesting or farming them. Something, I'm not sure what they're doing. But that's why there's damage. We've been trying to spray them off and, you know, keep everything organic, right? It's the name of the game. So anyways, they're looking good though. They're doing good. We are excited for these Scotch bonnet peppers. This is our, I can't remember what it's called. This right here. Curry. It's some kind of Caribbean curry thing. Curry plant. It smells delicious. You take the leaves and add them to your curry. Here is our banana tree. It has gotten kind of big, as you can see. I mean, remember when it had this one little leaf? It was tiny. And every leaf it just gets bigger. But anyway, here are the buckets that I get. These all are planned. I actually had more, but unfortunately I keep repurposing them and using them for other things. So, anyway, here's an update on our yam vines. They are out of control. I'm trying to get them to go up the tree. It's been working somewhat. They are just very difficult to get to go where I want them. Like, they're growing on my neighbor's thing right there, and I've been like kind of sorry about that. I need to do something. But anyways, you know what, before I go that way, actually, you know what, I don't really need to go over there. So here's an update on this. This is the lemongrass. That's the it's some kind of, it's flavorful. You guys know the name, I've told you. But anyway, here's an update on this. I don't know when this thing is going to be done. It's you know, basil. Basil is pretty dang, you know, hardcore. I didn't think basil would be working this hard just to grow, but it is. Look at it go. I think I lost a plant over here. Yep, I did. Where did it go? Oh no, it's not. It's right here. It's just losing its color. You like that shade, huh? You're reaching a little bit. Okay, so anyway, yeah, I've got these guys all growing. They're doing okay. I mean, the thing is they don't have the best soil. I threw just a bunch of leaves down, and I really didn't give them that much soil, so they're basically relying on the worms to make them food right now. So they're probably getting their roots air trimmed quite a bit. Here's an update on the on this guy right here, the coconut. He is doing okay. He hasn't been growing much though, so I assume that's probably just, you know, their MO. They don't grow much. I don't know. It'll get big eventually. But here I have some kind of plant growing. I'm not sure what it is. I keep trying to figure it out, but I think I might not care. I was thinking it was called red millet, but it's not. I'm actually going to order some red millet seeds and be growing that as a hay, a type of hay for the rabbits, because they grow it in India. Here's an update on the cassava. They are getting quite tall. I'm going to be mulching back here. So let me tell you my plan. I don't like going into plans because it takes forever, and this video is already like 16 minutes. But while I'm telling you this, I'm going to walk around and just show you stuff. So my plan is to take all of these, that's up to my hip, take all of these plants, these ones especially, they really like these guys, and I'm going to make fodder buckets out of those red buckets that I showed you back there. They are going to, I'm going to take the bucket, cut the one side out, so one of the square sides, and I'm going to make these, sorry about the mess guys, it's like construction, you know, but anyway, I'm going to make these buckets to where I plant these weeds that grow like crazy in my yard in there, and I'm going to try and see if I can feed them fodder without me having to get up every day and cut some dang fodder for them, because the mosquitoes attack me and it sucks. So you should see me walking around in the yard with a mosquito zapper, trying to zap all the mosquitoes getting at me and shocking myself while I'm doing it, because I am not very good with a mosquito zapper. But anyway, that's besides the point. So this guy, I don't even know what kind of plant this is. It's I bought this at Walmart. It was some type of thing. I don't know. I probably should have gotten the name. I don't know why I did that, but it's growing like a yam, but it didn't look like a yam. But anyway, so its vine seems to really want to go really high up, so that's what I'm letting it do. And we're just gonna let it grow all crazy all over the place, see what happens. And this is my prized, I was so excited to get this, Discoria alata. It's another type of yam, but this is a native yam from Florida. Or I don't know if it's from Florida, but it's in Florida. I think it's actually invasive here, but I think it's from China. But anyways, so back to what I was talking about. This yam, it's really gorgeous. I really like it. But when it started growing, it sent up like so many shoots. And it is extremely invasive. And I like that because it's edible. Anyway, I got some, you know, it's so hard to tell, but these are actually bad yams. So let me just make sure I kill these motherfuckers. Anyway, so let's go over here. So I've been doing a lot of work on the rabbit pen. Before we get into that though, these are rattlesnake beans. They're not doing so good. I kind of abused them, you know, I messed them up. They were in the way, and I don't know, I like to plant stuff while I'm doing construction, I guess, so yeah, that's good. It'll do better next year. Or actually, I think I'm going to grow the pumpkins here next year. Based on my pumpkin experience, I think, okay, I'll tell you this later. But here's my chaya, my Mexican spinach. It's been growing. I planted it a while ago. I actually have some of the beans growing through it, so it's kind of cool. Jungle vines. So anyways, let's get into the rabbit pen. Here's a view of the pumpkins over here. So let's get into the rabbit pen. Okay, so this has been quite a trial and error thing for me. I should have just read what other people do and do it, but I don't like to do it. I like doing things the hard way. I'm just a rebel like that. So anyways, as you can see, I have everything set up. And so basically half the rabbit pen is done, almost. I still need to put up some stuff on this side. As you can see, I've put in posts. The plan is to have a second level, and I'll go into that some other time because this is a really long video. But as you can see, there's buckets, and I buried them. So let me just give you a front view. Okay, so these leaves are freaking awesome. The rabbits love them. Holy shit. I had a wasp nest in one of those. I took these leaves down the other day and I guess I messed up a wasp's nest. Yeah, let me just get rid of this. I'm just like freaked out a little bit. Man, Florida wasps are such... They're not like Utah wasps, that's for sure. If that would have been a wasp nest in Utah, I would have been stung like 10 times. But anyway, so here we have a bucket. Okay, so I have a 2-bucket system. There's one right here, those square ones, and I attach them to this one right here through a piece of tubing like that, a piece of that. I basically cut a hole in both of them and stuck them together with that tube. And the goal is to make an area where the rabbits can dig. As you can see, I've buried everything inside there. So this gives the rabbits like the natural things that they want to do. Like there's dirt all up inside there. There's dirt in the bucket and everywhere. And the goal is to make the rabbit feel like it's their home. Rabbit, they didn't want to go in there until I buried them. They were like, screw these stupid buckets, but now they're like pretty liking them. They like them pretty good. So anyways, that's what's been going on. I buried wire to keep them from digging all up in this hill because that's what they were doing. The wire comes all the way down on the ground, all the way down to here right now. As you can see, I have logs on them. So that's what's going on right now, all the way, ouch, all the way down. And the goal is to next add wire on this whole bottom, and then I'm going to add mulch so that it's not visible. And then the rabbits will have all that dirt on that side to dig around and stuff, and I can refill up buckets occasionally to give them the satisfaction of digging and stuff. But anyway, there is my my feeder. I built this feeder thing. Isn't it cool? Anyway, I was getting really tired of having to come out here and like scoop their food. So that's what I came up with right now. So it looks kind of funny, but it works. Here's an update on the tadpoles, if you can see them. Yeah, they're still doing their thing. I took all the water hyacinth out because it was getting messed up. Now there's like duckweed growing in there, but whatever. So I just throw plants in there occasionally. In fact, I haven't done that in a while. Let me just throw some in. See, I take the plants that the rabbits didn't eat because I've been like cutting fodder for them and just bringing it in here, and I just kind of toss it in and those guys do their thing. They eat at it and stuff as it rots. Nature hashtag. No, just kidding. I hate hashtags. Here's my pumpkins. I literally have no pumpkins right now, and look what the worms did. Those jerky little worms. Okay, but I figured it out. Good news is I figured it out. BT is a natural bacteria that I was told to use, and I did use it, and thank you whoever told me to use it because it worked. So anyways, I'm just I'm hoping they come back. I don't know if I'm gonna get a pumpkin. Getting bitten by one right now. So anyways, let me get my bucket out of here. This is my rabbit fodder bucket where I wander around the yard and get shot or get bitten by mosquitoes, and then I shock myself trying to shock them. But anyways, hang on, I'm gotta close this. So yeah, things have been progressing though. I'm really happy about it. Check out these guys. They came out. Hey guys. They seem to like that. Yeah. They like their cage. They really do. They come out and hang out with me while I'm doing stuff and look at it, and they're like, yeah. So anyways, got lots to do. I love this kind of thing. I'm going to be kind of sad when I don't have any projects, but Rajiv seems to think that that will never happen because I always have something going on. This is my most friendly rabbit right here. She comes out to say hi to me a lot of times. She is a jerk though. She attacked the little white one when I first got her. She straight up attacked her to the point to where she actually had to break out of the pen. Now this little white one doesn't like me very much because of this, but she broke out of the pen and I had to catch her, and she was there only like for one day, not even that. So she was pretty freaked out. She had only ever been in a cage, and she was just a real weak rabbit at the time. She couldn't hop or anything, so she was getting her ass handed to her here. So anyways, she got messed up and bit by the black one, which I guess is a jerk. I thought she'd be cool. She liked the other white one, my boy. But, you know, rabbit drama. But anyways, let me get my bucket. So, yeah, that happened, and I had to go out and catch her. And she wasn't coming to me, of course, because she's a rabbit, so I got to the point to where I just had to reach down and grab her, and she screamed like bloody murder. Here's an update on the water chestnuts. They are starting to grow quite a bit. They're getting big. That's where I put the water hyacinth to recover. So, yeah. Anyway, what else? Let me show you the front yard. So in the front yard, I've been doing stuff. See my mulch pile? I've been doing that. This is my bed that I'm making for the trees. Those trees I was talking about, they're all getting planted up here. I need to spread that out a little more and move some to the back. That's the mulch that I'm going to be using in the rabbit pen.